Article 16, Equality of Opportunity in the Matters of Employment. Article 16, Clause 1. Article 16, Clause 1 provides that there shall be equality of opportunity for all citizens in matters relating to employment or appointment to any office under the state. Article 16, Clause 1 is a fundamental right available only to citizens. Article 16, Clause 1 is a phase of Article 14. Article 14 and Article 16, Clause 1 are closely interconnected. Article 16, Clause 1 particularizes the generality of Article 14 and identifies, in a constitutional sense, equality of opportunity in matters of employment under the state. Preamble of the Constitution also refers to equality of opportunity as one of the basic features of the Indian Constitution. Coming to the directive principles of state policies, the relevant provisions are Article 38 Clause 2 and Article 39 Clause D. Article 38 Clause 2 provides that the state shall, in particular, strive to minimize the inequalities in income and endeavor to eliminate inequalities in status, facilities, and opportunities, not only amongst individuals but also amongst groups of people residing in different areas or engaged in different vocations. Further, Article 39 Clause D provides that the state shall, in particular, direct its policy towards securing that there is equal pay for equal work for both men and women. Though these two provisions are part of directive principles of state policy which are unenforceable, by reading the same along with Article 14 and 16, the same took the shape of fundamental rights. Please refer to the case State of Madhya Pradesh versus Pramod Bhartiya, AIR 1993, SC 286 for further reading. The fundamental difference between Article 14 and 16 is former applies to both citizens and non-citizens, whereas the latter applies to citizens only. Article 16 Clause 1 guarantees equality of opportunity to all citizens in matters relating to employment or appointment to any office under the state. Scope of Article 16 is limited to public employment, and Article 14 is wider enough to include every act of inequality in any area or matter. Comparing Article 15 Clause 1 with Article 16 Clause 1, Article 15 Clause 1 is wider provision of equality applicable to all sorts of discriminations based on the grounds given therein, whereas Article 16 Clause 1 can be invoked only against the discrimination on the grounds of public employment. Hence, to conclude, Article 15 Clause 1 can be invoked even in matters of employment along with Article 16 Clause 1. The expression equality of opportunity laid down in Article 16 permits reasonable classification. Equality of opportunity of employment or appointment means equality in selection to the employment at any stage of service. The expression do not restrict Article 16 Clause 1 only to the initial stage of appointment but also to the subsequent employment or increment, leave, promotion, salary, fixation of seniority, gratuity, pension, superannuation, termination of employment, etc. The term office to be read synonymous to the term office used in Article 102 subclause 1 and Article 191 subclause A. In Kanta Katuria versus Manakchen Surana case, the Apex Court defined office as follows. Office means a subsisting, permanent, substantive position having an existence independent of the person who fills it, which is filled in succession by successive holders and which has more or less a public character to which duties are attached. But the judicial pronouncements laid down under Article 16 Clause 1 provides that this provision is also applicable even to a temporary employee seeking selection or rendering service under the state. State is empowered to recruit and lay down conditions of service of persons serving the union or state under Article 309, but those recruitment or appointments including service conditions are governed by Article 16 Clause 1 as well as Article 14. Now coming to Article 16 Clause 2. No citizen shall, on grounds only of religion, race, caste, sex, descent, place of birth, residence, or any of them, be ineligible for or discriminated against in respect of any employment or office under the state. Article 16 Clause 2 is also a fundamental right available to the citizens only. Comparing Article 16 Clause 2 with Article 15 Clause 1, the additional grounds mentioned under Article 16 Clause 2 are descent and residence. Descent means the origin or background of a person in terms of family or nationality. Further, the expression ineligible for or discrimination provides that even declaring a person ineligible, though not discriminated on the said grounds, is also in violation of Article 16 Clause 2. That means a person must have been declared ineligible but not have been discriminated. Then also it is covered under Article 16 Clause 2. The word discrimination in Article 16 Clause 2 involves an element of unfavorable privilege. Further, the expression any employment or office under the state attracts the same interpretation as explained under Article 16 Clause 1. Article 16 Clause 2 is an elaboration of Article 16 Clause 2 is an elaboration of equality in employment clause laid down under Article 16 Clause 1. Article 16 Clause 2 is restrictive in interpretation compared to Article 16 Clause 1 because it can be invoked only on the grounds mentioned therein. The interpretation of the expression only on the grounds of laid down under Article 16 Clause 2 shall be same as Article 15 Clause 1. In Apparel Export Promotion Council versus A.K. Chopra, the Apex Court explained that sexual harassment at workplace attracts Article 16 Clause 2 because the ineligibility or discrimination is on the grounds of sex. The facts of this case have already been explained under Article 15 Clause 3. Now coming to Article 16 Clause 3. Article 16 Clause 3 provides that nothing in this article shall prevent Parliament from making any law prescribing in regard to a class or classes of employment or appointment to an office under the government of or any local or other authority within a state or union territory, any requirement as to residence within that state or union territory prior to such employment or appointment. The expression Article 16 Clause 3 the expression nothing in this article laid down under Article 16 Clause 3 provides the interpretation that Article 16 Clause 3 is an exception to Article 16 Clause 1 as well as Article 16 Clause 2. Article 16 Clause 3 empowers only the Parliament, not the state legislatures. Do underline the word Parliament. To legislate by prescribing residential requirement prior to employment or appointment within that state or union territory for the offices under the Government of India or local or other authority. It does not include the state government offices. Under Article 16 Clause 3, Parliament enacted Public Employment Recruitment as to Residence Act 1957. The Act repeals all laws in force prescribing a requirement as to residence within a state or union territory except Himachal Pradesh, Manipur, Tripura and Telangana. These areas are excluded and are permitted to prescribe residential qualification for public employment in non-gazetted services under the state offices up to March 21st, 1974 because of their backwardness.